Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness. Hang on this thrilling Thursday here in Connecticut. Life's good, man. Life is good. It looks like Armageddon has, again, with the weather report, it looks like we're good at least for another 8-10 days or so with the snow. It's going to get up in the 40s, so we're going to have a lot of melting in it, which is fine with me. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. Low notes. What can we learn? All right? Bear with me. Let me do a couple swings, and I'll be right with you. Gotten a lot of response about information on kettlebell. Okay? Good posture. Bend from the hip flexors. That is the kettlebell two-handed swing, maybe the greatest single physical exercise ever. Anyway, that's for the other channel. So be it. Let me honk, see what we got. Anyway, double C's, little ditty from the prelude to Bizet's Carmen, which had Vacchiano awake nights, and one of the theme and variation in the back of the Arbor that I do a lot, which Andre, I was standing right there when he told Jerry he could not play. Couldn't play the low G, okay? Forget the single pedal C and totally forget the double pedal C after playing a double C, okay? What can we learn from this if you have trouble or good low notes? Guys, you're either relaxed, your corners are either relaxed or you're not. Guys, how many times do I have players of all ages who sound great from a low C to a high C? Sound tremendous. All of a sudden you ask for a low G scale, oh, it's shaking, it's fuzzy. What's going on? They're too tight. They're too tight. It's as simple as that. Okay? And what do you have when somebody has complete control of 2 octaves below a low C? Guys, you have somebody that has relaxed corners. That doesn't make them great players or me a great player or anything, so stop. But it's as simple as that. What can we take from this? Now, I've talked about this before. That Bizet Carmen, okay, goes down to a pedal F. Okay? Now, Vacchiano had a miserable time with this. He did not have low notes. He struggled with low notes every single day of his life. Okay? And he had a miserable time with that solo. Many times he had John Ware or Nathan Prager either play the low notes or just take the whole solo altogether. Okay? Now, often he would have you pull out your slides, which is very, very common. Pull out your slides on your B-flat trumpet. Now remember, these orchestral guys don't even play a B-flat trumpet 99% of the time. So this was a stretch for them anyway. But you take out your slides and your B-flat trumpet, and you turn your B-flat trumpet into a trumpet in A. So you're actually only playing a low F sharp, which worked, but try to keep that sucker in tune. Oh, forget it. Your slides, your third, and your triggers and everything are just flying around. I mean, it's almost impossible to keep that thing in tune, as opposed to just having the flexibility and the relaxation to knock out a low F. Now, Vacchiano used to get so bugged at me. Okay? First of all, I was not, even when he coerced me into using Bach mouthpieces, they were all 7C, 10.5C, they were all smaller. And I could knock that thing off without even warming up. And I used to, Salomone, how do you do that? And he'd get right up, right up to my lips and follow my chomp. Salomone, are you playing on a red on the bottom? Well, he couldn't get it. Now, anybody that sat next to Vacchiano for any period of time while he was playing knows he was unbelievably tight in the corners. He was so stretched that there literally used to be air flying out of his corners while he was playing. Okay? It used to be a joke in the Philharmonic. Johnny Ware told me he once came into a rehearsal with an umbrella. And the brass section just, nobody else knew what he was talking about. The brass section just cracked up, and he didn't like that a bit. But anyway, that's an old tale. But no, it's too tight. Now, you would say, well, so relax. No. If you are completely relaxed, the corners lock. There's no air coming out there. That's where it's loose. That is where it came. Okay? Andre, that low G in the theme and variation from Arbin. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking Andre. I'm not knocking Vacchiano. Please, I can hear the comments now. I'm not, and I'm not saying I have better chomps than him. I am saying I'm more relaxed than Vacchiano. Absolutely, 100% for sure. Okay, and if you haven't studied with Vacchiano, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so just stop there. Anyway, Maurice. Jerry was very, very close to Maurice. Okay, whenever Maurice was in New York, they'd have dinner. You know, he had his son come over to New York and study with him. I mean, they were very, very close. Okay, but and Maurice always used to tell him that he never had enough time to play the big trumpets. Now, once again, in typical French fashion, the big trumpet was the C trumpet. Okay? They played that 90% of the time. And he was like Doc, he was a crazy practicer, and unless he got his pounding, mon Dieu, again, all he got when he was traveling as much as he did, 200 to 250 dates a year. Try that sometime. Even in luxury, the way he did, jets and limousines and, you know, this type of thing, that's a grueling thing. Anyway, he had no time to practice. All he had time to do, for the most part, was warm up a little bit on the piccolo and then go play the solo. Okay? Then go play the concert. That tightens you up. And I don't doubt for a minute that he had trouble. I mean, he said it. Why would I doubt it, right? But guys, what does this tell us? It is very, very telling. Okay? It's not relaxed enough. Now, just like I tell all my students who are having this trouble, and a lot of them do, okay? Just like if you had a high C, okay, and you wanted a G, you don't go just bashing away at the high G and thinking it's going to happen. No, that's not what it is. You stay in the happy zone where you're playing correctly, and it will loosen up, and the range will go. The same thing is with the low notes. You can't just go down there honking away and sound like a trombone and trying to manipulate and coerce your lips to play that. That's not what you do either. You do the exact same thing. If your happy zone is the low C to the high C, you stay in that zone, and the high will expand and the low will expand. And 100% of the time, All you have to do is stay in your happy zone, and you just go down to the low G and the pedal notes and all this sort of stuff. Liberati, Del Stegers, all the great cornet solos, they were using liberal use of the single pedal notes to show off and condensers and stuff like that. Beep, boom, beep, boom, beep. Guys, it was amazing, Liberati. He was just relaxed. That's all. That's all it was. Guys, we can learn a lot from this. Your tone down there tells you something. Now, here's the deal. In the classical repertoire, I think there's only one F. There's an F sharp in the piano concerto. Other than that, you don't need it. Okay, the third and fourth players may need it a little bit. In the big band lead, you don't need it. Okay, so they don't play it, so they don't care about it. But it is very telling if you go down there, chop-wise now, not musically. It's very, very telling if you go down there and it's shaken and it's fuzzy and you can't articulate. Very, very telling. You're just plain not relaxed enough. It's as simple as that. Play in this happy zone. Your range will expand both ways. All right? All right. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.